Welcome back inside the Terry and Shore Group postgame show. Blue Jays victorious inside Gelsma Stadium, 70-6 over the Southeast Spartans. Blue Jays improved to 6-1 overall. Southeast falls to 4-3. More on that here a little bit, as Blue Jays also improved to 2-1 in district play. Time now to visit with the Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beeby. And Coach, Southeast, we talked about Graham and Field, and we've seen it, watch Piedmont and all that good stuff. But boy, see it in person, it's a very athletic, fun group to watch.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, for fall break, I thought our home crowd was just incredible. These guys are really electric. They kept me up all week and trying to convince our boys, how good they were until they saw it live. It was pretty impressive. 5 speed and change of direction along with 4, and then 9's a really, really good receiver in space. We just had to hunker in and just battle and scrap, and we had to stay in coverage for 3, 4, 5 seconds. I thought our defensive line, and our linebackers did a great job of getting pressure and really just chasing most of the evening. And then, offensively, offensive line blocked down, kicked out. Zaya had some good runs. Alex Clark had some good runs. Calvert had some good runs, threw and caught effectively, and then we capitalized on a lot of their mistakes. So, good night for the Blue Jays.
Coach, it was good to see Isaiah get in there and get some game time snaps, get back into the flow of the game. There was a spin move he made in the second quarter. I looked at Chris. I said, well, he realizes that knee's okay. And that's a big part of it, just psychologically. Oh, yeah. Just figuring out that, hey, I can trust this knee. Yeah, and we wanted, and we left him in there maybe a little bit longer, but that was intentional just for game shape. And just for him to, just to get back in the groove, obviously, with the big game looming next week.
And, Coach, it is a big game. Of course, big game tomorrow with McGinnis and Carl Albert. Guthrie still has that chance to win a district championship. It'll depend on what happens tomorrow and, of course, next week as well. But, Coach, Carl Albert, a great program year in and year out. And the first thing that pops up to me is their great running back. I mean, he's like 3 or 4 touchdowns almost every single game he goes out there, and they will present a tall challenge next week. Yeah, there'll be 2 outstanding running backs on that field next week. This tomorrow night with McGinnis and Carl Albert. Yeah. And then next week, we got our tailback and they got theirs. And, I mean, their kid is big. He's 220, 225 pounds and 6'2", and he's a 4.5 sprinter. And he has really, really come into his own. Offensive line's blocking well. They got that move in at tight end. And I think that their quarterback, the DeQuasi kid's going to play tomorrow night against Bishop. So it'll be his first time out since the early shoulder injury at Coweta. So, we're obviously very interested in that ball game. Us playing tonight, we get 1 day extra rest. We don't get an extra prep day because, they haven't played the game yet, but we do get 1 day extra rest, so that's good for us. Coach, let me backpedal a little bit. How was your how was the team this week after the emotional loss to Bishop McGinnis, a game that very well could have won? How they respond to the coaching and the mental part of it this week?
No, I mean, I think the product was on the field tonight. Yeah. This bunch, I told them after the game, I think McGinnis can beat anybody in 5A, and I think we can beat McGinnis. And we came up, a couple plays short, and had some tough calls down the stretch. So they were angry. They were upset, would be the best way to say it, as opposed to being down or second guessing themselves, because they played a well ball game against McGinnis. And just came out on the wrong side of it. So we were a little beat up. That was an extremely physical game. We rested some guys. We held Nico out tonight. We limited Landon Herzl a little bit. So those type of things played into the week and then a short week. But I thought our preparation and the coaches had everybody ready to play, and the kids were ready to go.
Coach, last week after the game, I left the stadium. I told Chris this earlier tonight. I came into the game last week knowing that we were one of the best teams in 5A. I left the game absolutely convinced that there are 6 or 7 teams in 5A that have a legitimate chance of hoisting the gold ball later this year. I think the kids played fabulous. Defense was just great last week, and I thought for a game like this is a tough game to get up for. I mean, it just is. I think games like this is where you coaches earn your pay, right? Because it's hard to get these kids up, and I thought you guys did a great job preparing them.
This bunch,
they scored 80 and 50 and 60 on the other inner city schools, and then they scored 33 on Piedmont. They scored 36 on Cash, and they scored 18 on Carl Albert, and that wasn't mop-up time.
Right.
So for us to hold them to 6 tonight, was huge. And again, we didn't let the quarterback get comfortable. He could still throw it from any angle, as you saw.
Yeah.
But our guys had to stay in coverage. And then Coach Lane finally stopped throwing it late there. And then we kind of backed off. But if you're going to come in and throw the ball down 60 points, we're going to come after you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, one other thing I noticed, Coach, very serious thing. I noticed the beard's coming back.
Yeah.
I've always said when you get deep into district play, that's when Coach grows the big beard.
Yeah.
It's back.
Yeah, I didn't shave on Sunday. I usually just start at my neck and just shave over the top of my head. But I was helping over at the farm last Sunday, so I didn't make it. I didn't get it shaved. But no, we came through healthy tonight. We got some kids some time under the lights that typically wouldn't get under the lights. Some of our junior varsity guys, and they performed well. And just in a good place right now, and really excited about the challenge of Carl Albert. They beat McGinnis, we beat them, and it goes to points, and we'll see where it all shakes out. So it's a tall task. They're a very good ball club, and we're on the road, but that's it is what it is, and the kids are looking forward to it. So.
Well, we look forward to it as well. Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win. Have a great week of practice, and it'll be another great Guthrie Carl Albert showdown for a very important district spot.
Absolutely. Thank you, fellas.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach Kelly Beeby here on the Terra Inshore Group post-game show. Jays win it. Final score, 70-6.